Scorpio, Sun, Moon babies, rising as well as Venus. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for the second half of 2026. It is a general collective reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, rising as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. So, Scorpio, like the other signs, I did a little astrology homework for you. So before we get into tarot, let me go through it. It'll give you a better understanding of what this reading is about and also what you can expect for the second half of 2026. So, this lunar cycle begins with the new moon in Cancer on July 14th, 2026. Will culminate with the full moon in Cancer on December 23rd, 2026. And this will deeply impact you by activating your ninth house of expansion, higher education, travel, and your belief systems. Because Cancer and Scorpio are both intuitive water signs, this cycle forms a highly supportive time for you. And it is a supportive trine as well. So this planetary aspect will harmonize your natural depth with a profound desire to broaden your horizons. It marks a major transition out of your comfort zone into a much larger worldview. So the catalyst begins with this new moon in Cancer on July 14th. This will be a reset button for your philosophies as well as your long-term goals. Because this new moon arrives during Mercury retrograde, the fresh start isn't about launching a brand new concept at this time, like out of nowhere, out of the blue. Instead, it is about returning to something from the past. This could be like a book, a creative project, an academic pursuit, maybe a skill that you want to learn. It could even be like a travel dream or an idea for relocation. It's something that you previously wanted to engage in, wanted to learn, wanted to explore. You either started doing it and you stopped, you put it on the shelf because life got in the way, or you thought about doing it and you never really pursued it. This is the time for you to go back and like re-examine those things. The new moon also forms a 10 square with Saturn, meaning you might initially feel restricted. Oh, I can't do that. I'd like to do that, but there are some financial obligations. Or you could have some self-doubt. I'd like to do that, but I don't want to do it alone. So the stars are asking you to confront these fears honestly so you can clear a path for growth and move forward with these projects again that you put on the back burner. It's like this is the time to do it. The evolution for you from July to December, I don't know how to quite say this. It's like you're going to undergo a quiet but radical perspective shift. Okay, yeah, that's a good way to say it. A radical perspective shift. You will find yourself shedding outdated beliefs, leaving behind routines that keep you small, and choosing courage over comfortable certainty. This is an ideal window for you to enroll in a course, publish a book, launch a podcast, or even plan a long-distance trip, or to start getting some information about what you need for relocation for those of you who have been sort of like playing around with that idea, toying around with that idea. The lunar cycle reaches its emotional and powerful climax right before the holiday season in December. So this grand finale, all of those intentions that you plant, all the projects that you revive in July will finally manifest in a major way. So you can expect a breakthrough regarding a legal matter, graduation, completing that course, launching, that podcast, or maybe publishing a book. Opening up a business for some of you, and for others of you, it could even be the launch of a spiritual practice. As a water sign, this full moon will bring intense emotional clarity to you. You will fully recognize how much your world has grown since July and August, and you will feel a deeper sense of soul alignment and personal freedom. So I also did a little homework for you in regards to your relationships, professional, platonic, and romantic. So July to December, you will see a shift in your relationship focus, and you seem to be pulling away from connections that are superficial in nature, and instead looking to connect with people professionally on a platonic level, and even in regards to romance, people where you have like shared beliefs with, that you find emotional safety in, and where there's a mutual growth and expansion between you and the other individual. Because Cancer rules your ninth house of expansion, relationships will succeed if they help you grow, and they will fail if they keep you small. So I broke this down for you. Professional relationships. You will most likely seek out mentors who align with your core beliefs. You will find yourself naturally stepping away from professional connections built purely on superficial networking. You will trust your gut regarding workplace dynamics. Your intuition will instantly flag colleagues, clients, vendors, associates, bosses who are not being entirely transparent with you, and you're going to trust your gut, your intuition, when that red flag comes up. This cycle will directly impact your ninth house of higher wisdom and the public, so you will likely attract overseas clients, academic peers, or legal experts who elevate your professional status. This is an excellent time for you to pitch collaborative ideas, sign contracts. If you can postpone them until we're out of Mercury retrograde post-shadow, that would be great. So that comes to an end August 6th. So anytime after that would be great for you to sign any type of professional contracts. And during this time period, your professional magnetism will be high. So you will be drawing in people, and it'll be important for you to discern who you should work for and work with or collaborate with moving forward. This is also really big for those of you where you have some type of work involved with like the public in terms of like publishing, teaching, or media. You're going to find more people being drawn to you for your advice and your expertise in those areas. In regard to your platonic relationships with your family and with your friends and maybe even local community that you are engaged with, you will crave deep philosophical conversations. Surface level, small talk will drain your energy faster than usual over the next 6 months, and you'll just find yourself naturally distancing yourself away from those types of connections. You will actively seek a soul family type of connection. You're going to crave friends who actually provide you with genuine emotional safety, with whom you can openly share your vulnerabilities with without feeling like you're being judged. Old friends from like different cultural backgrounds or geographic distances may resurface for you during this time. So you might also choose to travel to reconnect with these individuals, or to find new ways online on how the two of you can come together and share your experiences. And you will find joy in learning alongside your friends and your family members. So you might find yourself joining a book club online or in person, maybe a workshop. You might even desire to travel to or engage in some type of like spiritual community outing. And that would most likely then introduce you to long-term, lifelong friends that you are more in line with when it comes to your spiritual beliefs. In regards to romance, this cycle will require a balance of intense emotional depth and personal freedom between you and your partner. You will feel an intense urge to protect and nurture your partner. For those of you who are in connection or will end up in connection during this time period. However, you need to be careful not to smother them out of a desire for control. Vulnerability will be your greatest strength right now. So letting your guard down will create an unbreakable bond with your person, or to allow energetically to allow people in that you can connect with. If you are closed off to your partner or closed off in general when it comes to meeting a romantic partner, you will automatically create energetic distance in the relationship, or you will find it more difficult to meet a person. Your partnership sector is seeking adventure. So couples who travel together or learn something new as a team will thrive. Stagnation will cause friction. So that might be something that you want to look at in terms of attributes for those of you who are single and you're looking to connect. Someone who's a little bit more adventurous, maybe has some fire placements, would probably be individuals that you find yourself more attractive to during this time period. If you are in a partnership, doing a little weekend getaway, or again, some type of like day trip where the two of you are engaging in something fun, outdoors preferably, would be something where like you're working as a team that would help your relationship. This is a beautiful transit for romantic renewal. So those of you looking to renew a past connection or a current connection, this is the ideal time for you to take the initiative to reconnect or to deepen the connection with your person. If you're single, you may find love while traveling or studying. And if you are partnered, you will experience a profound emotional deepening by December. But again, it hinges on two things for you: pulling back on the control, but opening up more in terms of vulnerability and expressing your emotions. All right, I think I got that all out of the way now. Let's get into the cards and see what they have for you. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for the second half of 2026. What do they need to know for the second half of 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have in the hand, the universe is your partner, card number 31. So again, if you're energetically open to professional, platonic, or romantic connections, I feel like they come in to you, but you need to energetically align with that. You can't be like, I want someone, but then you're not vulnerable enough to put yourself out there. You have the farther gate, bold step forward, card number 55. So something here is changing in your world. Again, a belief pattern, maybe starting a new job, learning something new, or revisiting that one thing that you put on the shelf. And then we have the crossing, initiation, card number 54. Interesting how we have 55 and 54. So you have the opportunity here to move in a new direction in terms of partnership, whether that is professional, platonic, or romantic. At the bottom of the deck, we have watchers, transpersonal, card number 60. Okay, let's see where we go with this message here. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying card number 31, in the hand, the universe is your partner. Card number 55, the farther gate, bold step forward. And card number 54, the crossing, initiation. What else does the Scorpio collective need to know about this for the second half of 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the underlying energy, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and 2 of Pentacles, and that leaves the Queen of Cups, Judgment, and the Fool. Well, there's your new beginning, my darling, whether you are masculine or feminine, and that was followed by the Judgment card. So let's clarify this now. We're using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are slightly different. It does alter or change the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, which I'm a proud member of. Let's clarify. Page of Pentacles, the Sun, Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, 10 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles for the Scorpio collective. Did I just say Sagittarius before? If I did, I apologize. If not, you may be dealing with a Sagittarius during this time. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Pentacles is clarified by the 5 of Cups. The Sun is clarified by the Empress. The Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the 2 of Pentacles. The Moon is clarified by the Fool. There's your new beginning, my darling. The 10 of Wands is clarified by the 6 of Wands. And the 7 of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Swords. It's almost like you're going to see where maybe you have been procrastinating on something. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. There it is again. Page of Swords and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so let's break this down column by column here. So in the hand of the universe, or in the hand, the universe is your partner. Page of Pentacles to the 5 of Cups. There's something here that you are learning, okay? There's a new opportunity here at a connection, professional, platonic, or romantic. And again, it could be revisiting an idea that you sort of kicked to the curb once upon a time. So we'll see what this is all about for you. But the Moon to the Fool card says you can't see it right now, but you will be moving in this new direction. The farther gate, the bold step forward, the Sun, and the Empress. I feel like this is something that you may start doing or initiating or moving forward with during Leo season. Sometime between Leo and Libra season. And 10 of Wands to the 6 of Wands is almost like, I know that this won't be easy, but I'm going to push through anyway because I want victory. So I want to launch that business, or I want to change the job, or I want to deepen this connection, or I want to find a new connection. Again, we're going to see, try to narrow it down for you what it is. But it looks like you're like, well, it's not going to be easy to be vulnerable, but I'm going to try. Or it's not going to be easy to publish that book or find a new job, but I'm going to try to do it. And for some of you, it could even be like changing your beliefs. And this could be like going from a particular religion to another, or deepening maybe your spiritual beliefs, or even finding a bridge on how the two can work. And there are a lot of people out there that are like, oh, if you're into esotericism and spirituality, that means you can't be religious. And I'm like, really? Because I am. I'm Christian, and I can still do this, and I found a nice bridge. So for some of you, you may be finding a bridge between that as well. And then we have the crossing, the initiation, the Knight of Pentacles to the 2 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles to the Queen of Swords. There's almost here like you are recognizing the initiation. Why you didn't do this or start with this was because there was some maybe apprehension here, or you were stuck in a little bit of procrastination station. But it looks like you're coming out of it and you're creating a plan to move forward with this. So let's see what this is all about. Clarify that Page of Pentacles. Because in the After Tarot deck, the Five of Cups, we are not lamenting over what has been lost or the opportunity. Instead, we're looking at this opportunity here. So it's almost like, okay, this job isn't working out for me. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to look for another job. Okay, this business is stalled and maybe I've been sitting on it too long, but I'm just going to find a new way here to expand the business. And same thing in connection. Like if you're single, this is like, okay, I want to get out there and learn how I can meet someone new. And if you're in a partnership, this might be the moment where you're like, you know what, I want to stop dwelling on the discomfort or the hard times that we've had. And instead, I want to find a way to renew the connection. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Lovers. So it's your choice, the Devil, and the Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles. So there's this feeling here of, I want to do this, but I have a lot of fears, doubts, and anxieties about doing this. Again, whatever this is for you, that devil is in your mind. Devil to the Nine of Swords. So it's almost like, well, I don't like this job and I want a new job, but I don't know if I should put myself out there. I know my business is stalled and I have all these ideas, but I'm a little bit nervous about implementing them. I can tell you I'm nervous about that. I've written, I don't know how many podcasts, but I have not actually recorded any of them. So I could see this resonating for me in terms of that Devil to Nine of Swords. It's like, this is one thing that I've never done before, and I want to do it. I literally have like 12 podcast episodes at this point, and what's holding me back is Devil to the Nine of Swords. So again, for you, this could be, it is in terms of a connection, but again, a connection to a skill, a connection to deepening your spirituality, a connection to engaging with your person, a connection with meeting a new person or finding a new job. There is a connection here, and the only thing stopping you from moving towards it are doubts, fears, and anxieties. Tell me more about that Five of Cups here, which is actually the Two of Cups in this deck, because again, that's exactly what this person is looking at. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Death card. So it's you. So whatever this has been for you, Wheel of Fortune, you're aware of it because you killed it before. Meaning you had this idea, I don't like this job. I want to find another job. But before you actually put yourself out there to find another job, you decide not to. I want to connect with this person. I want to be vulnerable. But each time you get close to doing that, you pull back. Maybe it's a trust issue. That's possible. You know, I want to meet new people, but then, I don't want to put myself out there. Because in the After Tarot deck, in the Five of Pentacles, the person is actually coming out of being in a state of lack, whether it's emotional or financial. Like they're coming out of this building, they have a big old sack of coin behind them, where typically we see them shivering. So it's like, you already know what it's like to go within and get what you need. And as you're coming out, there are more people outside. And you're sort of like, hey, you can go in there. So I feel like you can go in there and get what you need. So instead of just being out here and shivering. So you have experience with this. So the feeling I get here is I really want to do this. But every time I even think about doing this, I sort of kill it in my head. The Moon. Tell me about the Moon. And I feel like what the universe is saying is you can do this. You can revisit the skill. You can launch the business, expand the business. You can go back to school if you want to go back to school. The universe is your partner here. There's an Ace of Pentacles here that you can grab that's being given to you and you're sort of not going for. So you can connect with this person or meet a new person or relocate or travel. But you sort of squash the idea before you actually move forward with it. Clarify that Moon. Because again, the Moon could speak to our doubts, fears, and anxieties. So, I mean, when the sun is out, we can see for miles, but when the moon's out, you can't see so far. And so I think every time you start taking a few steps, you pull yourself back. I don't think you realize that you are more supported in this endeavor than you realize. Tell me more about the Moon. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I feel like we're going to get the Strength card. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have Temperance. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. So again, if you've seen the readings before, welcome back. If you haven't, welcome. For me, queens exist in the present. They process the present. They process the past. Kings take action. So far, I don't see you taking action in this. You're assessing that you want this. You're assessing that without this in your life, without moving in this direction, Four of Cups, you're not that happy. So you're not that happy at the job or being single or maybe even being partnered, like whatever this is for you, or your business or where you live, you know, could be community based for you as well. So you're, as you assess this in the now, you're like, I'm really not happy with that. I really want to change it. There's a part of you that knows that you can change it in that Temperance energy, because that's fire energy. But these doubts, fears, and anxieties, how do I say this? I think you, as a Scorpio moon, I think you appreciate that I can be quite, you know, to the point sometimes. And I feel like you're over catastrophizing something because you haven't even started this yet. And you're already doom and gloom that it's not going to work. Going back to school, launching a skill, like you're coming up with all these reasons why you can't do it. The Fool. Tell me about the Fool. I think that's what you're realizing here is, oh my God, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I'm the one here that needs to change. So if I want to go back to school and I don't have the money, then I need to look for grants. I need to look for ways that I can get the money. You know, I have to look into student loans. I have to look for other ways to obtain that knowledge. Maybe there's some free classes online. Maybe there's a partner, you know, that you're dealing with, like a friend or a family member or a lover that you can connect with that might give you some ideas or provide the assistance. So I feel like whatever it is here for you, you come up with all of these reasons or excuses about why you're not moving forward with it or why you're not open to it. So the Fool card, what jumped out of the deck is the Five of Wands, Justice, and the Lovers shows itself again. So you're going to get to a point over the course of the next 6 months that you're going to decide without any reservation within you, because the Five of Wands were not internally conflicted here. And you're going to realize that the just, fair, and right thing for you to do is to do this. Again, whatever this is for you. The feeling here seems to be, you know what? I just have to start doing this. I have to start looking into it. I have to start taking some incremental steps towards it. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. And I'm going to die with a regret. I'm going to die with a regret that I didn't connect with that person, connect with this person, learn this thing, relocate, go on vacation. Again, this is touching your 9th house here. So again, when we're looking back at that, see, okay, so this is the feeling. Remember, I'm so glad that my eyes took me to that. So this moon forms a tense a square with Saturn. So you might initially feel restricted by financial obligations or the lack of finances or self-doubt. And I think for a lot of you, this is self-doubt. So the Sun, bold step forward. So maybe it's this reading that'll, you know, kind of shake you gently by the shoulders and be like, come on, you can do this. You can at least start taking one bold step to find out how you can do this. Don't kill it before you even try it. The Sun. So I think for most of you, over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, this is sort of what you're feeling, again, in regards to this, whatever this is. And then it looks like when we enter Leo season, you're deciding, I have to nurture this. I have to birth this, right? That's what the Empress does. The Empress gives birth, gives energy to what it is that they're desiring in their life. So it looks like then you make a choice. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but it looks like you're going to move forward with this. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Sun is clarified by the Knight of Wands, more Leo energy. Page of Wands, more Leo energy, and the Hangman. So after a period of procrastination, Three of Wands, Aries, and this is astrologically the Sun in Aries. So this is, I have to do this for myself, right? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's all about me, myself, I, right? It's the I am card. So it's like, I am going to do this. So after a period of stagnation, inquiring, collecting some data here, some information on how you can do this, then it looks like you're proceeding forward with this. Empress, you're taking a bold step forward towards this. Clarify the Empress more here. One more shuffle. Thank you. I told you, the Sun shows itself again. Leo season, the Chariot season, moving on, moving forward. And who drives the Chariot? The Emperor and the Empress. So here you are in the driver's seat, and now you're like, now I'm going to move forward. Very interesting. This is Temperance card in the deck that I use for you. It's a stained glass tarot deck. Archangel Michael here is holding 2 cups. And it's like, this is where I am, and this is what I want. And this is where I am, this is what I want. But they're not coming together. In the After Tarot deck, the cups are flowing. So this is like as above, so below. 1 cup up, 1 cup down. So this is like, you're now, it's like creating alchemy, right? This is a moment of alchemization where you're like, this is where I am, and this is where I'm going. And now I'm taking steps to get there. 10 of Wands. And it's like, I know that it might not be easy to find a new job or launch the business or expand the business or launch the podcast, you know, or engage with this person or be vulnerable or put myself out there to meet someone new or maybe even join a community group. But I'm going to do it because at the end, I want success with this. This. I might just call your video that. This. I want success with this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And I know that that card says transpersonal, but I'm really just focused on the word personal. Whatever this is for you, it's very personal to you. You're already feeling a call within to move in this direction. The only thing getting in your way is your mind. And that's, the mind can be the devil's playground. 10 of Wands is clarified by the Chariot. You're going to push through anyway. Hermit in the Tower. You're going to do this anyway. And by the time you get to Virgo season, you're going to be like, oh, okay, that wasn't so difficult after all. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. That's the truth. So just taking one bold step in this direction gives you this feeling. By the time you get to Virgo season, it's that look back. You're looking back at the last 4 weeks of Leo season and you're like, oh my God, I did it. I am so much closer now to whatever this is. I keep using the word this. I'm so sorry, but that's the word that I continue to be given. 6 of Wands. Tell me about this victory. Tell me about the victory. So you decide to move forward with it. One more shuffle. Thank you. 6 of Wands. We have the 6 of Pentacles, we have the Emperor, and we have the 6 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. So now you have someone else here. Here comes another energy here. A mentor, the new boss. Okay, I don't know who this is to you. Your spouse, your partner. It could be someone new for some of you. But as you're embarking on this journey, because you're leaving A now and moving towards B, you're leaving this job and you're moving towards the other job, it could be this soulmate here. It certainly could be a boss. You're going from being single to being partnered. You decided to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. You're meeting your partner. You want to be more vulnerable or emotionally expressive towards your current partner. This is now them meeting you here. So this is now another energy. I'm going to pull some more cards on this for you, but I want to go through the rest of your reading. So there is someone here who's a bit of a counterpart, professional, platonic, or romantic, that once you take that one bold step, they're now energetically drawn to you. So once you say, we'll use work as an example and you can extrapolate it to your life how you see fit. Once you decide to say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I really don't like this job anymore. I'm very nervous to get back out there into the career world and go on, you know, submit my resumes, and I don't really want to deal with rejection and then go on interviews that end up going nowhere. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. It's like the moment you say that, the universe is like, okay, here you go. Here's the boss. Just put yourself out there. Get your resumes out there. So it's the moment you do it, you have someone else here that's like, I can help you do this, or I'm providing you with the job. So I don't know for some of you if this person is in your life or not. I'm going to gather for some of you that this person is. I only say that because if I go by the original meaning of the 6 of Cups in this particular deck, it is returning to the past. So it's as you're moving forward, you're leaving A to go to B. Here's this person. Knight of Pentacles. Again, we'll get back to them in a second. This is more about you now. So Knight of Pentacles, there's a plan here created. There's a plan here created and you're nervous. Okay? You're nervous. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Strength card. I knew we were going to see that. The Strength card, the 7 of Wands, and the Fool. You're a little nervous to do this. That's why I was shuffling the deck. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yes, you're nervous to put your resume or application out there and go at that first job interview. Or now you launched a job and you're a little nervous first day at work. Understandable. You're nervous that you've decided, you know what, it's time for me to put myself out there and meet someone. And now you get connected to someone and you're going out on the first date. You're nervous. You know, you're planning a vacation and you're nervous. Maybe this is a travel agent. Maybe this is your friend who's going with you or a romantic partner. You're nervous about going on the trip. You know, so whatever it is for you, going back to school, like I said, learning something, whatever is affecting that 9th house for each of you, you know, will be different. But there's a feeling here of, I'm nervous, but I'm going to do it anyway. 2 of Pentacles. And this is the crossing. This is literally now you changing your life in some way. You're moving towards this portal here. So once you take that bold step into the unknown, right, into that moon energy, because it's kind of cloudy here, as you get closer, I notice how all the cards now are. It's like then you get to the top. So then you make it. Then right behind that we have adaptability. So then you make it. Clarify the 2 of Pentacles. Because in the After Tarot deck, the 2 of Pentacles is, I'm no longer going back and forth on whether or not I want this. I'm creating the time now. Your back is turned here and you're moving towards the ship, which we see the person waving in that 3 of Wands to. So now you're moving towards it. One more shuffle. Thank you. And there's a person or people here waiting for you. They're literally waiting for you. So again, I don't know who this person or people are. So there's someone here helping you cross into this next chapter. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Page of Cups. There's the offering here from this person. 5 of Swords is no argument. And the 10 of Pentacles. So you move towards it, the Star card. So the feeling here is, I'm very nervous, but I'm going to do this. And the moment you start doing it and you start gaining the momentum, the universe brings in the right people, whether they're in your life or not. Okay, if they're not, you're connected to them. And then you move forward. And the feeling here is, I'm so glad I took that offer opportunity, because in the After Tarot deck, the 5 of Swords, no one's fighting. There's no mischief here. Or so the feeling is like, wow, this feels so good. I would have sabotaged myself from a really good thing had I not taken that first step. 7 of Pentacles. And then the realization is, I should have done this sooner. I should have did this sooner. I should have launched a business. I should have went on this vacation. I should have put myself out there to meet this person. I should have had a conversation with my person about the relationship. Whatever this is, I should have brought in my spirituality sooner. The feeling is like, wow, I wasted a lot of time. One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Pentacles, clarified by the 2 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the King of Swords. That's exactly what you're doing, Ace of Wands. Because again, Queens process the present and the past, and Kings take action. And I have you here as Queen of Swords going, wow, I should have did this sooner. And then the King of Swords is like, I would be here already had I done this however many months or years ago. So you're feeling here like, I really sabotaged myself. I should have went on this vacation sooner. One more shuffle. Thank you. I should have, you know, put myself out there for this new job sooner. Instead, I've kind of forced myself to sit in a really shitty job. Like I should have did this sooner. The World card. Yep. 9 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups. Don't be so hard on yourself. By the time you get to the latter part of the year, and you've completed this whole entire cycle, because that's what you're doing. You're going from procrastination station to battling your own doubts and reservations, to taking a leap of faith, to being connected to the right people, or deepening connections with the people already in your life so you can boldly move forward. When you finally arrive, whatever this is for you, you get that degree, you get that certification, the business is thriving, you're in the new job, you're in the new relationship, your current relationship is solid, whatever it is here for you, this is for you. Don't beat yourself up over it. You're going to have to release that, because you might be a little upset with yourself, like, oh, God, I should have did this sooner. And that's not in this new chapter. Don't hold on to that. Everything played out the way it had to play out. I think I got everything there for you in terms of this message. So this is very personal for you. This 10 of Pentacles, this long-term goal that you have in career and finance, or love and romance, or again, maybe your spiritual beliefs. It could be travel or relocation. But the 8 of Swords to the 2 of Pentacles here, there's this feeling with that 7 of Pentacles, again, the Page of Swords and the Hierophant. There's a feeling here is, I should have moved towards this sooner. And again, I feel like don't be so hard on yourself. Let's find out more about the Emperor energy here. It could be Empress. I don't read body parts. You know that by now. This is just the other person, okay? The friend, the family member, the lover, the new landlord, whatever this is for you that you are moving towards. And you know what it is because you've been procrastinating the shit out of it. Gotta be honest with you. So, one more shuffle here. Thank you. The Emperor is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. That's what you were leaving behind. The King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Swords. So this connection, again, whether it's in your life or it's someone new, it's someone that you would not have connected or reconnected to had you sat on the sidelines and done nothing about this. Clarify this further for me, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Wands, that bold step, the Knight of Swords, and the Devil. Yep. That's what you're going to realize. Seven of Swords to the Ten of Cups. That's what you're going to realize. And I pulled the King of Cups again. So you're showing up in masculine energy here, whether you're masculine or feminine. And again, kings take action. So your whole thing here is I should have did this sooner, because that devil, the doubts, the fears, the anxieties, are what was the only thing getting in the way of me connecting or reconnecting with this person or deepening the bond with this person. I have the Knight of Swords here twice. And I love that the Knight of Swords followed by the Devil. The Knight of Swords in this deck is like slashing away those doubts, fears, and anxieties. And in the After Tarot deck, you're freed from them. You're no longer chained to the podium or chained to the podium that the Devil presides over. And it all begins with one little step. That's it. One bold step. And it might sound little, but it actually is a bold step forward. And that's how you connect with this person. So for those of you where this is a new person, okay, a new job, like a new boss or a new friend or a new lover, I'm going to pull you 3 cards if this is new. If you're looking for new, let's get 3 cards if they're looking for new. The new professional, platonic, or romantic soulmate. One more shuffle. Thank you. The new Queen of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Hierophant. So the new is exactly what you want. Magician. It's the person, and it's not a person, because again, it's new. It's the person that you've been manifesting that is aiding you here some way, somehow, with structure and stability. And that Hierophant could be anything. In career and finance, that's a job, company, corporation you work for, so this is the boss. In terms of friend groups, community groups, again, maybe a spiritual group that you want to join, this would be the person or those people connected to it. Same thing if this is a new romantic partner. This is the type of partner you've been manifesting. So professional, platonic, romantic could be your best friend for life, but you end up connecting with this person. For those of you where this is a current person in your life who's helping you with this, okay? Friend, family member, lover, someone who's assisting you, supporting you, collaborating with you, kind of cheering you on to do this. 3 cards for the existing soulmate. One more shuffle. Thank you. The existing soulmate. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Bottom of that, King of Wands. This person is lovingly, literally lovingly supporting you on this journey. Like you're not alone. There's 2 people here in the boat in the stained glass tarot deck. So when you communicate to this person, hey, I want to do this. I want to go on this vacation. I want to go back to school. I want to change jobs. This is the person in your life that says, do it. Do it. I'm there. And I'm going to join you. Okay, I'm going to join you. We're going to go on that trip together, or I'm going to help you with those anxieties about putting your resumes or applications out there. You know, this is the friend, family member, lover who's cheering you on. Okay, King of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. You're moving towards that Ace of Pentacles. That's what gets to the 10. This person is supporting you. 5 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands. I get the feeling here from this person, like they feel like if they don't help you with this, they would regret it. They feel like they need to help you in this journey, if you will. So you have someone who's very supportive. And by chance, for those where this is a past person, and by past person, it's the friend, family member, or lover you no longer talk to. But you're going to reach out to them and say, I want to do this, and I need your help in some way. So if you're willing to do that, let's see what 3 cards we get for them. Again, it's someone, it could be a cousin of yours that is proficient in this, okay? Launching this business. And this might be you reaching out to them and saying, listen, I want to launch this business. I know we haven't spoken in a couple of years, and I'm so sorry for that, but I really admire what you've done with your own business. And I was just wondering if you could maybe give me some tips. You know, it would be something like that. Or you reaching out to a past employer and saying, I currently work for ABC Corporation. I want to apply to XYZ Corporation, but I was, I'm in need of a reference and I really enjoyed my time working for you. Would you be willing to give me a reference? So again, it's someone here with that Emperor. It's like they're almost like your equal, like they're supporting you on this. So again, we're looking to a past person now to connect with in order to move forward with this. One more shuffle. Thank you. The past person, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, there they are again, and the Nine of Cups, bottom of the deck, Justice. This past person says, yes, I can help you with that. Yes, I can help you with that. And this could even be someone that says, I can help you financially with that as well. So they could be an earth sign. They don't have to be. Or they could be a Libra in the Justice card. Libra, Ten of Cups, the Emperor. Yeah, I mean, and Three of Swords. This is someone that you don't talk to. Okay, this is someone, there's been a break in the connection for whatever reason. A family fight, you broke up with them. And again, I don't think this is you asking for reconciliation. That's not what I see here. This is more like, I need help with doing this, and I need your advice, or I need your guidance. And I know we haven't talked, but I trust your opinion on this. I saw that you did it, or I heard that you did it. So you're contacting this person for support, for aid, for assistance, and they're wholeheartedly helping you on this. So you have very good cards here. Let's close it out with a Moonology card and some Oracle cards. So whatever this is for you, please use the second half of 2026 to do this. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if you have to step out of a comfort zone, learn it, launch it, do it, whatever that is that you put on that shelf, and you allow doubts, fears, and anxieties to stop you from proceeding forward, move forward with it. Because you have a support system here, whether you realize it or not. Let's get a Moonology card here, please, for the Scorpio collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Nothing will come of the situation, void of course moon. And if you do nothing with whatever this is, you will wake up on December 23rd, 2026, being exactly where you are now. Single, same job, or in a relationship that's a bit rough. Because this could even be you saying, I really want to talk to my person about blank, having kids, getting married, whatever it is. But I'm nervous. I don't know if I should. And then you take a bold step forward, and this person is like, hey, yeah, I want that too. Let's do that. So if you don't, and I think it's the universe's way to push you out of a comfort zone. And unfortunately for you, the devil to the Nine of Swords has become an uncomfortable comfort zone. So nothing will come of this situation if you don't take the initiative to do this. Bottom of the deck, have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. The universe does, and clearly one other person here does as well. Close it out now with some Oracle cards. So whatever this personal thing is for you, never realized how many times I use the word this, but here I am. Please go after it. You can do this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Reflection. Find better ways to improve yourself through reflection. And because you're looking in a mirror, there's something here about, one, be honest with yourself. What is that thing that you put on that back shelf that you sort of are a little feeling that intuitive nudge to go back to? And then two, be honest with yourself that the only thing getting in the way of where you are and where you want to be is you. It's just doubts, fears, and anxieties. Embrace your truth. Accept your true self, loving yourself and others unconditionally. You're going to have to love yourself enough, Scorpio, to take one bold step forward out of a comfort zone and into this Ten of Pentacles that you're desiring. And then you have step by step. You can't make it up. It literally starts with one step. Snail. Little Virgo energy there for you. Create a plan. Create a path. Allow the natural pace. Follow the natural pace and gradually achieve your goals. I think the universe is quiet and yet loud in this message for you today. Brave heart. Face the world with fearlessness. Breaking through all the boundaries with courage. And the lion here is on top of the mountain. And here you are on top of the mountain. So I'm noticing this for you. And I just want to show you this. This is like, this offer is here for you on hand. You have to reach for it. You have to step out of a comfort zone. You have to take one bold step, even though you don't know what the hell is, you know, right after you take that step. But you have to cross through this. You have to walk this trail. And it's like when you do, on the other side is literally you on a mountain peak. You can't make it up. So you can do this step by step. And most of you have one person here that will support you. At the bottom of this deck, we have the Seven of Swords to the Ten of Cups to the King of Cups. And again, that's you. This person might be a fire sign. They showed up again with that King of Wands energy. But the Seven of Swords is you looking back as you're heading towards that Ten of Cups and going, if I didn't do this, look what you're about to step into, a trap, more sabotaging behavior. So I really think once you get there, once you get here, this is like you looking back and going, wow, I would have missed this. I would have missed this had I stayed stuck, had I not taken the initiation. So take the initiation, literally the initiation card is here. So whatever this is for you, please use the second half of 2026 to change your this, because your this will become bliss. That is what I have for you. That is your message for the second half of 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And between now and December 23rd, I'm going to do some additional readings because I feel like we have a few astrological events happening that will impact this. And also as you begin to move towards it, the energy is going to change as well. And maybe some new things will be headed your way. So I will be doing those videos and posting them on Patreon. It's a small little community there, but I love it. And it allows me to be a little bit more one-on-one with some individuals. So if you'd like to join me there, information for that is in the description box as well as the pinned comment. But if you can't, that's okay. I still love you, and just trust that Source already knew that and gave you everything that you need to know for the second half of 2026. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.